give your host a big round of applause. Let's give the founders of this great event a big round of applause also. They're doing great here. This is good stuff. All right, so today we're going to talk about the past, present, and future of digital assets. And so I am actually Sir Lord Travis Wright. I don't know if that's popping up here, but I am a Scottish landowner, which officially makes me a lord because I own a very, very small piece, like 1 meter. Is that a lot? I don't know, but I have a small meter of land right there, exactly, and I visited it, so that made me a lord technically. And then somebody listened to our show and they said, we need to make you a knight of Sealand. And so they made us a knight of Sealand, which is this thing. I don't even know what it is, but they made us a knight of it. So we're technically Sir Lords, and we know it's official because we have certificates. So that makes it official. But I said, you guys should put this on the blockchain, and they were like, huh? I'm like, dude, this is a good thing for that. It's perfect. Do I get to see down here on the screens down below in front of me, or no? No? Okay. All right, badmedia.io is what I do. So there's some shows that we work on. Bad Crypto, we've been doing it over 6 years, talking about and sort of, navigating this crazy world that we're in. And then we launched a show called The Nifty Show back in May of 2020. Then we started doing Bad AI. And also I do a podcast with Chris Snook, who was a keynote here last year, and Dr. Donald Lim. So we have fun with that, with talking about Web3, all the things. All right, so what have I been doing in this space? So I want to give a quick rundown. So we started Bad Crypto in 2017. We were the very first podcast to even talk about NFTs, really early. We saw them and we go, I have a feeling these are going to be huge, right? Then we started doing POAPs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with POAPs, but they're proof of attendance protocol. And we weaved that into our podcast. And so if you listen to our show, we would give you an NFT to prove that you listened to it. We were kind of exploring it all. There wasn't a roadmap then. It was like, let's figure out what we can do with all this stuff. And then I clicked it, and then I clicked it again. There we go. We launched Blockchain Heroes back in 2020, which was way before the big buzz. And we launched it on Wax, and I want to talk about that here in a little bit. And then we've also advised a lot of really awesome projects. We advised Animoca Brands, Gala Games. I think Jason Brink will be here later today. He might be in here right now. And if you notice right here, notice the ones we did not advise. Did not advise any of those. And I don't know what the next one's going to be, but I'm pretty sure we didn't advise that one either, so you know. Where am I supposed to point with the click, by the way? Over to you guys? All right. So back in the day, when did things start? How are things going? So back in 2011, that was the very first NFT with a coin called Namecoin, really early on. Then CryptoKitties came out. That was really interesting. CryptoPunks, you guys have maybe heard of some of those. And they started having NFT conferences. We launched Blockchain Heroes. And then the world shifted when it came to NFTs. Where am I supposed to point? Over there? Okay. All right. This is another great thing you guys might want to tune into as well. Nifty Encyclopedia. If you want the background of what it is and where we've been, that's a really solid book that a friend of mine wrote. So CryptoKitties, when this thing came out, this was so hilarious to us. We saw this and we go, wait a second. You mean a JPEG can make love to another JPEG and have baby JPEGs? Oh, that is genius. Wait a second. So you're telling me that the traits of this and that can merge and you can create, whoa, new assets? That was genius. And so it was funny, but we said this is going to be huge down the road. And so we're going to keep an eye on this as we evolve through the space. And then 2021 happened, and it was like, what is all of this stuff? What animals have we forgotten? There's so many animal NFTs out there, and it was just crazy. But what got us was in 2020, Wax, on the Wax blockchain, Tops, let me see here, is the wrong slide? Okay. No, but look at this right here. This is where the NFTs, where they were blowing up and they were doing their thing, got really huge, and now they're kind of not so great, right? But we launched our first NFT way back over here. So it's like the world is shifting, and you can see it, and the world is shifting again, and we're going to tell you where we think it's going as well. So we're still really early in this space, luckily. That was the big hype cycle, and now we're probably getting ready to go into another hype cycle. So right here, Tops. Topps is notorious in America. They launched all these sports cards in America. They also launched all these really funny cards. Garbage Pail Kids was really hilarious back in the day. They were based on Cabbage Patch dolls, and they just made jokes about it. Here's Garbage Pail Kids, and they were huge. And Topps launched them on wax in May of 2020. And we saw this, and we said, oh my goodness, because it wasn't just one NFT. You could sell somebody a pack of NFTs. The pack would open up, and you could get all these different NFT inside of it. So it was really cool. It was really early, way before Ethereum was launching their one of PFPs. And so what we launched was Blockchain Heroes. And Blockchain Heroes, we created all of these top heroes based on people who were doing cool stuff in blockchain. The first series was all based on real people. And so we launched this right here, and you could create a cool little experience, like a creative thing. They're like, ooh, ah, and then the pack opens up, and then you don't know what you're gonna get. You could get common, uncommon, rare, epic, mythic, legendary, etc. And they were all based on different odds. So each pack is gonna be different, which was cool, which is like the old school collectibles, right? And so what we did was we took all of these and actually printed them and did a Kickstarter with NFTs before we had even launched our NFT package, and we minted these cards at the same place where Magic the Gathering cards are done. And if anybody wants to come up and meet with me afterwards, I have a bunch of different cards, and you can reach in and pick one out and see which one you get. So we can share some of that with you. So we did this. We launched a bunch of different things. We launched a bunch of different packs along the way. We had fun with it, and we said, you know what, these are collectibles, but what do they do? It was still really early, right? What do they do? And that's what we want to figure out, is what do they do? So where are we now when it comes to NFTs? Well, most of us are like this. Because I bought all these horrible NFTs, and now look at them. Oh my God. Axie Infinity NFTs. Oh, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. No, I know how it is. So many NFT marketplaces are out there now to be able to trade and exchange, but the volumes are very low right now because we are in the bear market, right? They say, hey, there's the bull market that happens, and then now we're in the bear market, which I like to call the build market. So we're building. Now, we were builders. All you all out there, you're builders. It's good. So Blur and OpenSea, they had a big sort of thing that was happening for who was going to be the biggest and the best NFT marketplace. Found that was pretty interesting. And it looks like we're having a little bit of a resurgence over here with NFTs. So I think as we get closer to May of next year, when Bitcoin does its halving, we're going to start seeing some exciting stuff happening again. So we're starting now to also see more cross-bridge compatible NFTs, where you could take an NFT and then shift it over to another chain. But this concerns me, because what happens if you were to say, you know, have a Bored Ape, and then you move it over to Binance, and then how do you know that that's even the real one now? Because it's over here on this one. So there's some things people got to figure out with this that I don't think is quite good yet. Like, you got to take your CryptoPunk and you want to move it over here. Well, there better be a collection or something that can connect to it over there. So when it comes to blockchain gaming, most people think, oh, Ethereum, Polygon, this and that. 3 of the top 4 games are on Wax. And Wax is built on EOS. EOS is a chain that allows you to do about 1,000 transactions for $1. So you can buy and sell very inexpensive NFTs on Wax, which I think is a really good thing. Those gas fees on Ethereum, I didn't like those at all, so I didn't participate in a lot of the NFTs on Ethereum because the gas fees were too ridiculous. So, but on Wax, they're not. So more and more adoption is happening around Wax. They're really building some cool stuff. And then all the memes that have happened. I don't know how to go back. Can I go back? Yeah, some of these memes crack me up. Ah, are you making money on your investments? Yes, today I lost a lot of money. Yeah, I like those. Those are funny. Parents in their 30s, this would be a really great home for our family. Other in our 30s, we should buy a pet rock for $40,000. Like, what was some people thinking? Like, it was insane. People were spending so much money on these things. I was like, this is not going to be good, folks. But if you got in some, you can make some money, but long term, it's not good. I think I need some help clicking forward. There we go. So, also recently there's been some really great partnerships like Nike partnering with Artifact, releasing really cool NFTs and releasing custom shoes. Like if you guys went to the metaverse event last night, the metaverse fashion event, there's a lot of really cool stuff that's happening with real world fashion and with NFTs and those digital assets. And I think that we're gonna see a lot more of that. And then we also see weird stuff like this, like where did the Nakamigos come out of nowhere in March, and they've done 42,000 ETH worth of transactions. We don't know who the creators of this are. We don't know, they're just collectibles, they don't really do anything. Like it's so weird to me how this just popped up out of nowhere and people were spending so much on it. So you gotta really pay attention to this and go, is this even worth my time and energy? Some of it's not, right? Bitcoin ordinals, I would say Bitcoin ordinals are probably worth some time and energy. There's some really interesting stuff that's gonna happen on this. And I think as the more, so basically what a Bitcoin ordinal is you take a Satoshi, which is the smallest unit in a Bitcoin, and they're attaching NFTs to that. So that becomes a digital asset. Now, I think if we start having too many of these digital assets over time, it's really gonna make the value of Bitcoin go up because a lot of those Satoshis are gonna be taken up by these digital assets. And so if you wanna get rid of that, you're gonna have to get rid of the digital asset on that to be able to use that Satoshi, as far as I understand. I'm not a Bitcoin ordinal expert, but it could be a influencer of the price of Bitcoin over time. So I don't know if you guys have heard this. You guys know Mr. Beast? Yeah? You guys know Gary Vee? You guys know who he is? I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. This will come on. Start it. Yeah. So Gary got all of these major influencers back in early 2021, and he was like, hey, get on this Zoom. And then they got on the Zoom, and there was like Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, all of these super rich people were on there, and he was like, you guys need to go out and get CryptoPunks. They're gonna be the next best thing. It's gonna be the next Facebook. Now, to me, that seems like kind of some financial advice, and he did this a couple of months before Gary Vee launched his V-Friends. So I think he was kind of priming the market, getting all these big people into NFTs, pumping up the price so he could sell his. So I think that was a little nefarious, and I don't think anybody's really called him on it, but I don't think that it was great. But that's why I think the price of NFTs skyrocketed on Ethereum, was because Gary Vee was talking to these influencers on private Zooms telling them what to do, which I thought was a little weird. So it's a bad time for NFTs. Proof has actually canceled their conference, right? So Moonbird holders were expecting a great conference. That didn't happen. The founder, Kevin Rose, he actually got hacked for like $2 million. So that probably played into it as well. I don't know if you know this now, but everybody also has a metaverse now. That's great. Which one's the real one? We don't know. We don't know. Can't tell. Now, scammers and thieves. This stuff is so important because even successful, savvy crypto people are getting their cryptos ganked. Matter of fact, just 2 days ago, Mark Cuban got $870,000 ganked from his MetaMask account. So if somebody's trying to get you to click on something and connect your MetaMask and you're not sure what it is, don't do it. Like even my business partner, Joel Com, he had somebody kick him off of a Discord channel and said they could get him back on the channel. He clicked a Collabland bot on Discord, and then it went in and started stealing NFTs from him. But luckily, he had another app called Zerion. He saw transactions were happening, and he went in and canceled them all. Even the most savvy people can get their crypto stolen. Do not leave your cryptos on hot wallets like MetaMask. Put them on Ledger. Don't leave them on exchanges. If you had your crypto on FTX, your crypto's gone. That's not your crypto. You don't have your keys, you don't have your crypto. So you need to understand how ledgers work, or some of these third-party wallets work that you buy directly from them. Don't go on eBay and buy one from somebody else, or go buy one from Amazon. You don't know if those are real. Buy them directly from the manufacturer. And put your cryptos there, because then nobody can get it. All right, let's talk about the future a little bit. There's some cool stuff that's happening. NFTs are dead. People hate the term NFTs, right? Oh my God, they're so expensive. NFTs are horrible. You can right-click and save them. Oh my, they're beanie babies. They're tulips. They're horrible. Gamers hate NFTs for some reason. Gamers should love them. Digital assets. You played it in this game, you earn it. Now you can take it and play it over here or sell it. You should be able to own it, but you don't. Gamers should love them, but for some odd reason they've been brainwashed to not love them. I think they should be called something like digital asset ownership, because we all have digital assets. These are digital assets, and we own them. Maybe they're digital asset tokens. You can call them DAT. Give me DAT. I want a couple DATs. I like DAT. Or DOT, digital ownership tokens or something. I don't know. But NFTs is a weird term. People don't like that term. That's okay. Blockchain games. Blockchain games are great in theory so far, right? And you're talking about, you're like, well, what is it? Is it play to earn? Is it play and earn? Is it play to own? All gamers care about is play. Is it fun? They care about if it's fun. They don't care about your tokenomics usually. That's why they don't care about NFTs. They want a game that's fun, and they're willing to pay $100 for a game to play it because it's fun. They don't care about earning a little bit usually. But we got to teeter the right mix, because I think there's something here. I mean, we saw what happened when Axie Infinity was blowing up. It was amazing. And then something happened because it wasn't so fun, but we're close. There's going to be something, I think. And it might be Gala Games that does it. Jason Brink's going to be talking about some stuff later. They're doing some pretty cool stuff. Got to make it fun. And I want to touch on the metaverse thing, because since everybody has a metaverse, that's not true. There's only one metaverse. These are all verses, and they don't talk to one another yet. So it's not really a metaverse. It's everybody has a verse, and they're not connected yet, but they will be. And actually, the term metaverse was, there was a book called Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson back in 1992. He coined that phrase. It talked about avatars, custom avatars walking around in these virtual reality worlds. So it is interesting, but we're not quite there yet. Once all of them can talk to one another, then we have a metaverse. All right, this right here is a great slide. Let me go back. There we go. All right, this right here might be the money shot of the whole presentation. If you go on ChatGPT and say, what are some of the use cases for NFTs and digital assets? I'll get out of the way here so you can all do that. There's over 150 different case studies for how NFTs can be used. Not just silly JPEGs that people are using as profile pictures, right? NFT gaming, that's going to be more prevalent. The metaverse, ticketing. Ticketing will be so huge, and I'd like to see in the third version of this conference next year, I'd like to see there be NFT tickets, because that would be really cool. That's using blockchain to our advantage. Physical art, passports. Why is it that when I look at Earth from space, I don't see any lines between any of the countries, but I got to have a passport, and if I run out of stamps, like I couldn't go to Token 2049 because I've run out of stamps on my passport. I got to go get a new passport. Why? That doesn't make sense to me. Music rights, digital twins are going to be huge. Twin Protocol is doing some amazing stuff to be able to take physical items and convert them to the digital counterpart, and then be able to talk to them through AI. So amazing what's going on. There's a lot of stuff that's popping up with some of that AI stuff. Voting systems. Why is it that we can't have an amazing paper ballot with some sort of hologram with a QR code that's connected to the blockchain in some way, so that I can go and see that my vote was counted, and I can see that it wasn't changed or whatever? Because there's a lot of problems around the world when it comes to voting rights, and we need to fix that, and I think blockchain can fix it. We just got to have some smart people working on that. Identity, medical NFTs, counterfeit protection. How do we know that that's a Gucci bag? How do we know that that's a Chanel bag or those are real Air Jordans? NFTs can prove that because it has that provenance of it was created here, and here's the NFT that's connected to. Deeds, titles, real estate, so much stuff is going on with NFTs. Not just digital collectibles. Get that through your head when you're thinking about NFTs, because it's not just that. Okay? And AI is truly changing the game. I just got a couple of minutes. I'm going to blow through some of these here. AI offers amazing creativity. Some of the stuff that I created on Midjourney just by typing in words blows my mind. It almost feels godlike in a way. Not in an ego way, but saying, I go, give me a picture of a person playing ball in a field with a waterfall and the mountains, and poof, it's done in like 5 seconds. It's amazing. And soon we're going to be able to do that in a 3D VR environment. Tell it what we want, and then go walk around in an environment that we just imagined. It's insane. Improved authenticity as well. Dynamic content generation. I want to show you guys something that I've done with content creation with AI, which I think you guys will like. AI evaluations, personalized NFT markets, et cetera, all kinds of cool content, advanced content creation and curation. So we are partnered with a company called Uncut, and we've been building a community on Uncut. And basically, for like 0.0 whatever, it doesn't even matter. We just didn't want bots to claim it. You get this NFT, and then Joel said, hey, now people got this NFT, we can drop other NFTs to people really easy. And this is the easiest NFT platform I've ever seen. And so basically I got on Midjourney, which I've created nearly 10,000 jobs on Midjourney already because it's so fascinating to me. So we created this, Captain Corn. We have a joke on Bad Crypto about corn. It's the only food that you can eat and then see again later. And so we made jokes about it. And so so I made Captain Corn for our first one. So this is my very first NFT or first image that I made in Midjourney. And so then, if you have this, we only gave 100 of them away, and if you had this, then we would actually drop you a new NFT. So this is how easy it is to create an NFT. You basically say, you upload your image, how many do you want? Click, boom, you walk through it, put it in a collection, so easy. And then, we basically gave them another NFT. We created 10 new characters that were corn wizards from that Captain Corn, right? And so then we created this whole world called Cornotopia, all from AI. So I created this in AI, and then people go, wow, hey, wait a second, well, where's the girl wizards? And I was like, oh man, I hadn't created it, I was just playing. I go, you know what, let me create some mystic corn maidens for the corn wizards. And I did that. Then we created a Discord called Discorn, because of course, you gotta call it Discorn. And then I started using ChatGPT and enhancing my idea for a story. Then I basically created all the characters, came up with the ideas of what I wanted to do, created a big document, and then here's where real magic happens. If you haven't played with Claude.ai yet, this is amazing because you can upload PDFs and then you can start asking those PDFs questions. So I could create a bunch of documents about the story that I was creating and the characters that I was creating, put them all up into the document, and then start asking questions and building more stories on top of it. So that's what's great about this, Claude AI. I would say this will be one of the best tools that you will find on this entire conference is that, because the fact that you can ask it questions. And then so launch that thing as a book. So now every chapter is coming out as a new NFT. So if you have the main NFT, the new Cornotopia chapters are dropping as a new NFT on its own, which is unique. Nobody has ever dropped a book chapter by chapter as an NFT. And a lot of cool stuff going on with this. And I'm really looking for some amazing creatives here. I know that Philippines has some of the most creative, most nicest, friendliest people in the world. So I want to find some super creative iOS developers to help build some cool stuff with this. I think that would be fun. That's one of the reasons why I was here. And then as we're going along, I'm building some other stuff too to help make the world a little bit better, because most technology is built around distracting you. Let's work on creating content and tools that help you with your intention or to manifest your goals and stuff, because most content is very distracting. And so there we go. And then right here, spiritual technologies. I think we're going to see a lot of this stuff popping out as VR and Vision OS starts coming out as well. Really interesting times to be here. I think the iPhone plus Vision OS with a new headset is going to be a really big game changer over time that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about yet. Really cool stuff. Here's a great link for you guys. I have compiled about 30 PDFs of all of the top companies in the world talking about how they think Web3 and NFTs are going to be, and that's where I put it there for you. Linktree or linktree.ee/future of NFTs. You should go check that out. And if you want to connect with me, there's my QR code. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, all the places. And I just want to say, once again, thank you so much. This is an amazing conference, and I hope to meet some of you guys out there. Thank you so much.